A thread by Carlos Osuida. My brother's here from Vegas and he wanted to watch the debate, so I joined him. Holy crap. President Trump did exactly what he needed to do. In this video, the shirtless protester is Biden. Link in the thread, Antifa BLM shield wall gets charged and individual gets sprayed. Carlos continues, we watched Fox, which was, of course, a waste of time. Here's all you need to know. The world expects Trump to fall into Biden's trap. Everything Biden said tonight is a lie. But the world expects Trump to defend himself against lies. That's being presidential. Instead, Trump tore off Biden's head, stuffed it up Biden's butt, then folded Biden in half and stuffed that mess of arms and legs up Biden's butt. Trump made Biden disappear up his own butt, courtesy of Donald John Trump, Queen's Street Fighter. Republicans were always expected to play by Marquess of Queensberry rules. This is how Democrats played. Link in the thread, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, knife fight scene. Love that Lurch. Harvey Logan is Ted Cassidy, who played Lurch in the TV series The Addams Family. Link in the thread to both. Tonight, former George W. Bush press secretary Ari Fleischer said that debates aren't supposed to be food fights and that Trump should have restrained himself. Absolutely not. The enemy spied on him, created fake evidence against him, impeached him, lied about him. Enemy former military officers openly called for a coup. I was worried that Biden would be a basket case, but they shot him up with enough cholinesterase inhibitors and memantine that he was able to barely get through it. But he looked like death warmed over. Link in the thread. This is the most important wartime speech ever made in a movie. It's from the life and death of Colonel Blimp. It is a speech from a man saying, "This is not a gentleman's war. Stop fighting like a gentleman." Quote from the video, "It is a different knowledge they need now. This is not a gentleman's war. We need a street fighter, and we have one." Here's the stupidest thing Biden said tonight. I am the Democrat Party. He just took ownership of the riots and violence. The Trump ads write themselves. Debates don't impact the outcomes of elections. Here's the myth that won't die from ucpress.edu, debunking media myths, those prominent cases of fake news. Quote, the media myth is that John F. Kennedy looked so cool and collected that TV audiences gave him the nod, but that Richard Nixon was the winner among radio listeners, end quote. There's no evidence of this. The fake news was made up by journalist Theodore White in his book, The Making of the President, 1960. Debates have no impact on elections. From journalistresource.org, Presidential Debates and Their Effects, Research Roundup, Journalists Resource. Conventions have influence on elections. The Democrats' convention this year was a flat tire. The Republicans' convention was exciting and different. And Trump knocked Biden flat tonight. Everybody knows it. Good for him. Biden barely looked at Trump. Trump studied Biden like the killer he is. But Delta Force operators are killers. Are you afraid of them? I'm not. Are they immoral? Just the opposite. We need a killer because everything hangs in the balance. Everything Biden said tonight was a lie or stupid.
Trump does not care about the working class. Trump doesn't care about black Americans. Trump doesn't care about human life. Trump has no plans for anything. Trump does nothing but golf and hide in a bunker.
The script called for Trump to say, I do so care. Instead, Trump did with Biden's script what James Caan did in the movie Misery with his manuscript. It's a bit too graphic to post here, but you'll find it on YouTube. I'm sure it's gross, guys. Go check it out. I told you before that I can never predict Trump, which is interesting. Last night, I had a zany dream about the debate. Link in the thread to that wonderful dream. Predators ended my life before it began. So I enjoyed tonight thoroughly. Biden is a predator. I didn't want to watch the debate because I had no idea what would happen. Trump was not cruel. He was justice for everyone like me. He had the guts to do what was needed. It's so funny that the press still thinks they can shame or humiliate or intimidate Trump and his family into giving up on us. The Trumps sacrificed their lives for us. Trump didn't massacre Biden and Wallace for himself. He did it for us and for future Trumps. There were far too many genius comebacks to count, and now Hillary is realizing the bullet she dodged. Trump could have done to her what he did to Biden. What Trump unleashed isn't pretty, but it's beautiful. All is well.